Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anonymous Sports Talk, and today we have football, and it's the big one. It's the Champions League final. After months of football, it comes down to the final game in Paris in France, where it's going to be obviously the two big teams, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Two fantastic teams that have had fantastic seasons. Real Madrid winning the La Liga, Liverpool with the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. And in Europe, both teams have been fantastic, knocking off big teams in the process. Real Madrid particularly with the run they've had, knocking out PSG, the reigning champions Chelsea, and obviously Man City on their path to the final. And Liverpool making a fantastic comeback against Villarreal. The two teams now go head to head. And we're going to start by looking at key players. And the key players for Real Madrid, obviously, there's only one man, and that's Karim Benzema. Someone who's had a fantastic individual season. What he's managed to accomplish thus far, scoring goals for fun, with a ton of assists. He's had a fantastic season. Obviously, there was the hat-trick in the round against Chelsea that saved them the first leg. He scored the 2 goals in the second leg against Chelsea. In the game against Man City as well, he was fantastic. The fantastic penalty and the fantastic finish with his first goal against Man City in the first leg. And in the second leg as well, coming up clutch in the final moments in extra time, not only win the penalty, but to step up and take it and score the goal. He's a man on fantastic form. There's a lot of talk about him winning the Ballon d'Or, and it's almost guaranteed if he wins the Champions League, Karim Benzema is probably going to be the next Ballon d'Or winner. So his motivation is already there from an individual point of view to be the main man after being in the shadows of a Ronaldo and a Bale for a long time. It's his moment in the biggest of games to step up. And with the run he's been on, you then put it past him to be decisive and very decisive in this game against Liverpool. Two men one would think would be beside him. Obviously, we have his partner, Vinicius Jr. and Federico Valverde. Starting off with Vinicius, someone who's also had his best season since he came to Europe, since he went to Real Madrid. He's been brilliant this season. His link with Benzema has been amazing to watch. The two of them obviously have a fantastic link, and they have a brilliant understanding between each other. So coming into this final, it's going to be massive for Real Madrid that Vinicius is on his best of games, because every now and then he has a game where he's not quite up to it, but Madrid will be hoping that in this game he's feeling it and he's doing his thing. We saw the goal against Man City where he turns Fernandinho, runs in and scores brilliantly. So he can score goals, and obviously he can assist, and more so assisting for Benzema with the relationship the two of them have. And coming up against Alexander-Arnold, who will give him space in behind. We've seen when the two of them met last season, Vinicius Jr. made Alexander-Arnold pay with fantastic runs, and it was difficult to keep up with. So he'll be looking for a repeat of something similar in this game against Liverpool. So Madrid will be hoping that he turns up for this game and he shows what he can do. And on the other side, we obviously have Valverde, who wouldn't necessarily be an attacking option going to this game. However, we've seen in terms of going up and down, he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. But his priority in this game, I think, will be defensively. Can he, on that right-hand side, keep Alexander Robertson quiet and do a job for Liverpool for Madrid, on the defensive side of the game? That will be his paramount objective in coming to this game. However, even with the ball, he's proven to be really, really good with the ball. He can drive forward, he can get assists, also be a decisive player for Real Madrid. Now, further back for Real Madrid, another key player will be Thibaut Courtois. Thibaut Courtois has also had a really, really good season after struggling initially when he joined Madrid. His form has really picked up as he's gotten more comfortable in Madrid, and he's been brilliant for Madrid this season, made some crucial saves as well. And against the Liverpool team with a strong attack in the likes of Salah, Mane, Diaz, Firmino, Diogo Jota, it's going to be paramount that Thibaut Courtois is on his best of games, because you imagine he'll have a lot of saves to make. And also in terms of his distribution, playing up from the back when Liverpool press, will be able to go long and find his players, find a Benzema, for example, in attack. So he's going to play a really, really important role in this game in terms of crucial saves, and also helping Madrid to bail out from the back when they are under pressure from a Liverpool side that obviously presses really high and likes to push on them. Now, speaking of Liverpool, the big question is going to be about the front three. Of the 5 options they have, obviously they have Jota, Diaz, Mane, Firmino, and Salah. It's going to be interesting to see which 3 that Jurgen Klopp goes with. What makes this even more tricky is that they all have a lot of strengths in their abilities in terms of what they bring to the game with the ball and without the ball, and they've also all had really good seasons, maybe with the exception of Firmino to some extent, although he has struggled with injuries, so he has been in and out, and it's been difficult for him to find that consistency and that rhythm. However, if you look at Mo Salah on the right hand side, top scorer in the Premier League, top assist in the Premier League, Sadio Mane about 16 or 17 goals, I believe, in the Premier League this season. So he's another fantastic option to have. Luis Diaz, since he joined in January, he's been brilliant for them. Jurgen Klopp has gone with him, it seems, in the big games, the FA Cup final, the Carabao Cup final. So it'll be interesting to see if he maintains that, because again, this is the biggest game for Liverpool against a top Real Madrid side who, however, can be got at defensively. So it's going to be interesting to see which three he goes with. I mean, Jota could also be another option. He's someone who, ever since he's joined Liverpool, he's given them a lot in terms of goals. He's pressing when they lose the ball. He's a high energy player. So it's going to be fascinating to see which three he ultimately goes with. Personally, I think he sticks with what he knows to some extent. I think Mo Salah is the one who I'd say is definitely going to start. Same with Sadio Mane. I think the two of them have to start. Salah's been a bit of an injury worry after receiving a knock in the FA Cup final, but you think he'll be fit and ready to go for this final. So I feel like Salah and Mane are definitely guaranteed a start in this game. But in terms of that final spot, is it going to be Jota? Is it going to be Firmino? Is it going to be Diaz? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because personally, I'm edging towards Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz is going to be the guy who they go with to start this game, at least, with Firmino and Diogo Jota as options coming off the bench. Now, it's not just the attack with Liverpool, but also at the back, the man mountain they have, and that's Virgil van Dijk, is going to have a really important role to play in this game. Whether he partners Matip or Konate remains to be seen. I think it's going to be Matip, because again, Matip has had a really solid season, arguably as good a season as Van Dijk, but they're going to have a job in their hands against Karim Benzema, a battle of arguably the best centre forward in the world and the best defender in the world in Virgil van Dijk. We're going to now see who's going to come out on top, and this is where Virgil van Dijk will have a big decision to make in terms of when he is marking Benzema, and even when Benzema falls on a Matip or a Konate, the communication from Van Dijk will be really important. Also, in terms of the fullbacks they have going forward, Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, we know they both like bombing forward, they both like attacking, going to assist and create. But against this Madrid side, it's going to be interesting to see, especially on the right-hand side with Alexander-Arnold, how much will he commit, knowing that Vinicius Jr. will stay up front and not really track back. So how brave will be Alexander-Arnold to go forward and attack? Whereas on the other hand, Robertson will have his task difficult, because he'll have Valverde, arguably, you think, on that left-hand side. So it's going to be interesting to see among the two fullbacks how much they commit going forward, and how much they actually throw themselves in attack. And obviously these instructions come from the two people in charge, the two coaches for the teams who have had brilliant seasons as well, Ancelotti and Jurgen Klopp. On the Jurgen Klopp side of things, since he joined Liverpool, I mean, he's been absolutely brilliant for them in terms of how he's developed this team, the players he signed, not spending as much money as others. He's done a really good job as Liverpool head coach, and this season being a really good season for them, winning the FA Cup, winning the Carabao Cup, taking the Premier League to the last day of the season. They did all they can, really, and this is a chance to cap off a fantastic season with another Champions League win for Jurgen Klopp and for Liverpool. Well, on the flip side, you have Real Madrid, they love this competition. Carlo Ancelotti with a chance to win another European trophy after his success with AC Milan in the past. You know he'll be going and wanting to win this title. And these two tacticians will have big decisions to make in terms of their lineup. Like we've seen, who are Liverpool going to go with in attack? Ancelotti, is he going to stick with Valverde as a winger, or does he go more brave and more attacking and go with Rodrigo? So they have big decisions to make before the game and in-game, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. In terms of predictions, I think this will be a really close game. Both teams are fantastic teams. We'd say Liverpool arguably have the better team. And in terms of who I think is going to win, I'm going to give the edge to Real Madrid. I'm going to go Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. If not, I think I can see Real Madrid winning this even on penalties. But my gut says a 2-1 Madrid win. If not 2-1, about 1-goal Madrid win for Madrid. Simply because I think Benzema will be very difficult to stop. So those are my predictions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree about my prediction for the results? Who's going to play? Who's going to start? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please like, turn on your notifications,